Okay, we're ready to rock and roll here. Let it slow down just a minute, Sheila, and we'll get you going. I think it's okay. Last two are joining. Welcome everybody. It is January the 10th. Oh, about a quarter way through the month already.
Already.
Yeah,
already.
Yeah. This is the Brainfood Academy Sizzle Call with Sheila Matchett, the amazing lady that has helped put this together and knows all about homeschooling. So without further ado, Sheila, take it away.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. It's amazing. I have been, excuse me, losing my voice again. It's one of those things. I like to talk. Been interviewing teachers, been sending out acceptance letters. Those of you that have put in interviews or resumes, please, please, please check your emails in your junk or spam. It's going to be from me, and it's going to say Brainfood Academy interview. That's going to be in your subject line. I've sent out about 20 requests for interviews. I've gotten 4 back. So please, if you are really serious about working with here at Brainfood Academy, don't go back to your instructor and say, I haven't heard. Please check your emails. If your emails delete on a certain time frame, then resubmit it. Go back and resubmit a resume to me, or then get with your instructor and say, hey, my emails delete after 30 days, 90 days, or whatever, so that you can let me know. They can let me know. Instructors, please don't PM me or Skype me asking about your student. I do have them all. If your student is not responding back to my emails or text messages, I will let you know. I have enough enough of Skype messages with my own group. So please don't do that. I promise you I'm going through and weeding out the ones that we need, the ones that we don't need currently. That does not mean that you cannot be part of our program. It just means you're not what we're looking for right now. Once our tutoring center gets up and moving and we get more students coming in and get everybody acclimated, we will revisit those people that didn't make the first process to bring you back in and see if you meet the criteria for up and coming classes that we need. What I would like to do now is I did have one teacher come in actually this afternoon, which excited me, and give his acceptance to come on board. And I booger his name up all the time, but I love his accent. Y'all heard him last week a little bit. He has that native accent that's really thick and strong, but he is going to be joining with Mr. Corey in enlightening our students in the pathway of math and physics. And I am so excited about that. So Mr. Doyen, are you here? Raise your hand so I know where you are. I would just like for you to introduce yourself. There you are. I just asked him to unmute. There you go. Hello, darling. How are you?
I'm doing fine.
So if you would just introduce yourself, please, and let them know why you are coming to Brainfood Academy. I already told them you're going to be helping with our middle school and high school math and physics.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Adedoyin Iwayimolu. That's the full name, but simply you can call me Doyin. As a matter of fact, mathematics is what I would like to love to take in the school of what we call it Brainfood Academy. And the reason being that everything in my life revolves around mathematics. And as a matter of fact, I graduated as a geophysicist, and all my life I've been with the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation as a seismologist, field quality control seismologist, and I rose through the ranks to the position of a company geophysicist. So, I want to take mathematics, physics, because this is what I've been doing even before I got admission to the University of Lagos. I was teaching my secondary school, that's a college, as a physics and mathematics teacher. So when I saw the opportunity here, I said, okay, why not? Why don't I continue what I know how to do best? So this is why I'm here, and that's why I've chosen that those two subjects to teach here. But that notwithstanding, by virtue of my discipline as a seismologist, I have received a whole lot of training in safety. And as a matter of fact, today I'm an associate member, Nigerian Institute of Safety Professionals. So I might also like to expand my teaching prowess in this academy to subjects like safety and science, because I would have loved to, even during the interview, to put this forward, but I want to see the curriculum. I want to see what you people want to offer there. But when I went through all the stuff, I believe, yes, this is what I can give out. So I'm very happy to be here, and I want to take this as a full-time job. So I'm ready to expand what I can do in this area. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
So there you go, guys. We have our staff that we're getting from you guys from here at at our Brainfood Academy, from our R group, and even outside our R group. They are going to be the cream of the crop. I mean, we got a geophysicist now, a seismologist. Tell me where you're going to find that. He has hands-on experience of what he's going to be teaching and the degrees to back it up. He's taught in, like he said, in the second academic curriculum, which in the United States is college. And he has a passion like Mr. Corey for math and numbers. We see math all around us. You're not going to be doing anything that does not revolve around numbers and those theories that back it up. And he's excited about it. He's actually, the way he taught his kids has helped them excel in their grades. And he's going to bring that knowledge to our students. And he's going to be starting in the middle school to up to 12th grade. And once we get him in there and get him acclimated, like he said, we'll see what other topics that we can bring him in on, and on the sciences side. So we will be having that. I do have 2 other teachers. We're waiting for them. That's going to be in our academic, in our high school and middle school for English, as well as another technical teacher. So we have them coming. I still have another one that you haven't met. That's going to be our language, I should say our foreign language teacher. And he speaks 4 different languages. So he'll be teaching those, and hopefully we can get him on next week so you guys can meet him. For those of you that don't know what our Brainfood Academy is, we are a step above the rest. We are an online private school that will be opening soon, that will enable your students to learn at home what they would learn in a brick and mortar school and go beyond. They will be safe. They will have an environment where they are secure, which is their home. They get to set up their own curriculum with the parents' guidance, and everything will be recorded. So they won't have to question or wait till the next day. They can go and pull up the library of their class and see exactly what the teacher went over that day. Everything is fully integrated with our online program. The teachers do have the ability, if they want to give outside assignments or have you go to the library and do research or pull a book to read, the teacher has that. But you will be given a full schedule of what your curriculum entails once you register for your classes. And the teachers will then have a breakdown of exactly how your year will go. The good thing about being here at RR 247 in our Brainfood Academy is that we get to set our own schedule. So if the teacher has to be out for that day, they can pre-record their class and you will join the class. If the student has a doctor's appointment at a class time, they don't have to miss their class or miss their whole day. They can come in later that night with their parents and log into their account and pull up their library of their teachers' classes and do their homework assignment and turn it in and still get credit for their class that day. Everything's fully integrated. The teachers have carte blanche of their Zoom accounts. The students themselves will not be allowed to turn off their camera. So the teacher can see you in class. So you will have the ability to integrate with your other students. You'll be able to have breakout classrooms. And we're hoping that we will have big enough classes in certain areas that we can have prom and date nights and special occasions, to where if a teacher is in a particular city, that they can have group meetings so that they can meet each other. The good thing that you need to realize, being a homeschool mom myself, is that your student, even though they are in a private school, they still have access to all public school activities. So if your child's involved in sports, all you have to do is go to the administration of that school, tell them that you would like to register your child to play in sports with that school, and show their credentials that they are passing their grade. They cannot turn you down for tryouts. So you can do that. If you don't want to go to the public schools, then you have the option to go to like the Y, to any other recreational facility. Even church facilities have things to keep your kids acclimated into the sports arena. So don't worry about your kids not being able to play sports. Same thing with academic. If they want to get into a homeschool group or a study group, that is amazing. They can do that as well. But also remember that with Brainfood Academy comes our tutoring center. So if a child does have some issues following along or keeping up, the teacher then has the option to recommend our tutoring platform. The tutoring platform also is engaged with our teachers. So some of our teachers will be doing both, but we also have a whole outside source. Our Australia group is going to be partnering with us to also offer some academic tutoring. So if a student is doing poorly in their English or a math subject or science, then we can recommend a tutor for them. And all they would have to do then is go to their account, register for tutoring, find the teacher, or even their teacher might recommend a teacher for them. Sign up and pay the fee. The fee is separate from the school. And then they can get that tutoring session. They can do a one-on-one tutoring, they can do a group tutoring, and they can register for as many sessions as they need. You want to look into financial situations. So the good thing about our program for Brainfood Academy is it will be a monthly basis on your payment. So you can do it one lump sum at the beginning, or you can pay it over a 12-month cycle. So just remember that. And there's also, if you do your research in your city or state, there are companies, groups out there that will give grant money for private education. So you just need to look at your states, look in your cities, look for companies out there that do give funding for private education, and see if you qualify. You can go, we'll be creating pages. Rory said tonight, we're going to be creating pages on how to get started. That's going to show you your breakdown of what your fees will be and how much the total cost will be for a K through 12th grade student that comes in. Right now, our parent account is live and active. So if you feel that you have a student that you would like to register, or even if you just want to go in and look around to see what we have to offer, get with the person that invited you and get the link for the parent account. It's free to sign up. There's never a charge for the parent account. It gives you the option to go in and see some of the things that we have to offer here at Brainfood Academy. It also gives you some information and background on what our school is going to be doing. And you can look in and see the curriculums and the breakdowns of how it's going to work per grades. So just go in and have fun, have a look. Again, if you know of any teacher or tutor, even though we don't have room right now for more tutors, but we are still accepting applications, please get with the person that invited you to get the link to submit your resume to me. so that we can see if you have what it takes to be part of our Brainfood Academy. Like I said, the teachers that we're getting is the cream of the crop. I researched them meticulously. I go through everything that they send me piece by piece. And if I have questions, I have a group of people that I can ask, say, hey, can you look at this and tell me what you think? We've only had to do that a couple of times. And they all came back with the general same thing. So we do look at it. We look at every aspect, and we want to make sure that our teachers that we have can relate to students, that they know the subject that they're talking about, and they can relate that subject on the terms with that student. And I think we have that. If you missed it a couple of weeks ago, we had our panel of teachers on here, and they were absolutely amazing. I was like, now, if I could go back to school, I would sign up for every one of them, because they just made learning so much fun. And that was the thing that we want to make sure that we convey to our students, is that learning is fun. That once you learn a subject, it stays with you for life. And it's one of those things that if it's fun, then you can get more out of it than you put into it. And that's what we really want to convey. We want to make sure that when students leave here at Brainfood Academy, they have the confidence in themselves and in their abilities to go out there and do anything that they want. We want them to be able to discern truths from fiction or from falsehoods. We want them to be able to go in and research, to dig deep, to find the ultimate truth. We don't want them to just sit around and be those cubicle people that just take stuff at face value. We also want them to be engaging in not only in themselves, but in their communities, so that their voice counts and they know that their voice counts. We want to make sure that when a teacher has open discussions on their class, that the student talks, that they're not afraid. The one thing we want to convey is that a student, when they ask questions, they are not dumb. I tell all of my students, if you ask a question, that lets me know you're smart. It doesn't make you feel dumb to ask a question. That means you are smart enough to know what you don't know, and you know the right place to go to get the answer. So ask questions. That shows your intelligence. And we want to make sure those students know that asking questions is a good thing. So ask those questions in all aspects of life and all ages. There's no age limit in learning. So ask those questions. And we want to make sure that our children, when they graduate from Brainfood Academy, that they know when they ask the question, they're the smartest person in the room, because they have the ability, the know-how, and the guts to admit that they don't know something, but they're willing to learn. And if we don't teach them anything else, that's the ultimate thing that we want them to know, that their voice matters and their opinion counts. So with that being said, thank you for joining us, and welcome to Brainfood Academy.
Awesome, Sheila. A lot of great information, and you do have some wonderful teachers for sure. Absolutely.
Yep. And for those of y'all in Brainfood Academy or in Triple R 247, stick around or join back later, because Mr. Rory Rickford got some special presentations for us.
Sheila, did you see chat? One of my favorite teachers is over there on page 2 if you want him.
He is here. Where is he?
Should I unmute him? There he is. Look at that.
Here's that Terry Martin. You have a question? We got a couple minutes for a couple of questions.
Hi, so my question was, how old for kindergarten will the starting age be?
Our age group for kindergarten is if they have the ability to sit, learn, and listen.
Okay, and will that impact them if they go, like, say, for first grade for a traditional brick and mortar school, like the age range for that part?
It could, because my daughter, when she got ready to go to school, I was teaching her. And so when she got ready to go to first grade, she was very hyperactive because she already knew that stuff. She actually started school on a second grade level, but because she was only 5, they couldn't put her in second grade. So that is one of the things that when they do go to brick and mortar schools, If they come to Brainfood Academy in kindergarten, they will be an advanced student when they get to kindergarten or first grade.
Okay, so with like the certification piece, like let's say that they graduate from you all, and with their documents that they go to another school, is that going to be like kind of, I guess, like any stipulations that they have for that part of it?
Oh no, our school our school will be accepted in any state in the United States. So
Okay.
if they come here and go through K-5 and decide to go to middle school at a brick and mortar school, we will have all the documentation that they can then take with them, or they can request it and we can submit it to the school to see their grades and credentials that they took. So there's no issue with them going from one school to another.
Okay, thank
We are
you.
fully accepted in the United States, all 50 states.
I know, I can't wait. I would go back to school if I could, Sheila. And you know, all the teachers you've interviewed, there are so many of them just impressed me big time, but there's a couple that I just resonate with. That's the one I
It
told
was
you.
Janisek. Is that the one that you wanted
Oh, yeah.
unmuted?
Mr.
Oh, I've
Matt,
already-
I think
yeah.
we all want him.
I've already
Absolutely.
unmuted them just in
Fantastic.
case Sheila calls them out, because we haven't heard from them in a little bit, right?
He's my favorite teacher.
I bet. Good answer, Dawn.
I'll take
Well, what
that.
y'all don't know is his partner there is also a phenomenal teacher, but she's doing some personal things, getting her studies together. So,
Oh,
but once we get going, we might draw her in too.
Maybe. I like the
She's
babies
been-
though.
So Don's been hiding in the background, didn't even let us know that, huh? So
See,
Don's
that's what
probably
you
his
get.
favorite teacher too, right?
Definitely, definitely.
But
She's
for,
powerful with those young kids. Yeah.
Excellent.
and so I actually got Matt's schedule, and the way Brainfood Academy is set up, guys, is we have so many subjects that cross all levels. And so we have teachers that are going to be teaching one subject, and Matt's one of them, to different grade levels. So 6th, 7th, and 8th can all learn history, because history doesn't change. How many of y'all heard Matt say that? History doesn't change. It's written in stone. So it doesn't matter what grade level. If it's history, it's history. It's not going to change. Same thing with math. Corey's going to be doing the same thing with math. So we're going to have 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. So they're going to be broken down based on the categories that Matt's going to be teaching in those groups. So same thing with our math, same thing with Doyen and Corey. They're going to be doing the same thing. General math. If the student has the capacity to understand it, they can join that class. Algebra 1 is Algebra 1. 6th grade can do Algebra 1 all the way to 12th grade. So we will have mixed classes. So there might be a 6th grade student in the class with an 11th grade student taking Algebra 1. Math's the same. It's not going to change. So we will have some crossover subjects until we get more students in there. Then we can, break them down, get more students out. But some of our teachers might like to have those big classes. They might enjoy teaching that. And the reason I say that is because once we get our students acclimated to asking those questions, imagine the debates that you get to have.
Sheila, that's a great point you bring up, because since I stepped away from the public world and have been teaching the international kids, I'll have elementary kids in the 2nd grade that I can hold conversations with that a high school kid now would. So as we are advertising this to the people, don't sell the young kids in our culture short. Actually amp them up a little bit, because if they're exposed to real good thinking and really good content and really good questioning, they will all elevate. I mean,
Exactly.
those kids I'm teaching now, I've told some of you this before, but I'll say it again. Like, I'm teaching the children mostly of the Chinese elite, and they are learning Socratic method, and they're learning rhetoric, and we're talking in elementary school. So they are learning civic virtue. They're learning about all the religions of the world and what they believe and why they believe it. They're learning and they're connecting the things to the present day. So every class is something that's pretty inspirational, and I can't wait here at Brainfood to like give that to American kids finally, you know, since the public system unfortunately has been selling a lot of them short.
Yep.
You know?
And that's the good thing about Brainfood Academy, guys. We are a private institution. Because we are a school, we have certain legal guidelines we have to follow. But the great thing about it is the government can't come in and say, we have to teach it. We have to teach it this way. You have to say this, you have to say that. We can teach the truth. We can let them know that 2 + 2 = 4, not whatever you decided it is until you learn different. If you teach them wrong, they're going to continue to learn wrong. You know, so teach them right to start off with and be done with it. Like I said, kids today are so afraid to ask questions because they've been picked on for so long, thinking they're stupid. You're not. Even adults nowadays are afraid to ask questions because they don't want to appear stupid. Let me tell you, I've told my kids from day one, if you're asking a question, you're the smartest person in the room, because you got the guts to admit that you don't know something, but you also have the willingness and the capability and the drive to learn. And that's what we got to get our kids back to, is that it's okay to learn. And the only way you're going to learn is to ask questions. So
I learned something back in 6th or 7th grade, Sheila and Matt, because I had some of those teachers who hated questions, right? Didn't like the questions. And it didn't take me long to realize the reason they were mad at me and didn't like the questions because they didn't have the answers. So I just had to go seek it for myself.
And today's, you know, teachers and every teacher that I've interviewed have given me the same question or the same response. They're getting out of the public schools because their hands are tied on how they can teach and what they can teach. They didn't become teachers to be told what to teach. They became teachers because they had a passion to educate students. And when you tie their hands and tell them what to teach and how to teach it, then their whole mission is destroyed. And here at Brainfood Academy, your hands are untied. Our teachers' hands are untied. They can teach what they are passionate about, and how they teach it is really up to them.
If they enjoy learning it, right? Cause to learn, Matt. Cause to learn.
Yeah.
You know what? There's an example. You put a bass in a fish tank, it'll only get so big. If you feed that brain and feed that brain and feed that brain, it can retain it. It'll go. There's a whole lot of unused stuff up in there. There's space for everything.
Some of these classes I've been teaching now, I've had the same group now for 3 years. So they're staying with it because whether it's world history or American history or a book study or a club of any kind, they're sticking with it because they're connecting the dots.
And there's so much disconnect right now. Here in the United States, our education is bottomed out because our kids do not know how to connect the dots. Half of them don't even realize there's a dot to connect.
There's more than one dot.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Dan, and then we're going to call it a night.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
It's so true that basically everything's all disconnected. Nobody knows what's left, what's right, what's in the middle, or anything. But anyway, my question is this: I have 2 little ones, and basically, I was wondering when can they? When should I enroll them? Or when can they start?
Okay, so what we're going to do is, if you signed up for a parent account, if you've already signed up for your parent account through the parent link, once the student registration is up and ready, all the parent accounts will receive an email that the student account is available. And then you go in and register your child in their student account. Once the student account is populated, they will then be directed to the teachers and classes for you to select their class.
Okay, is there any, secondly, is there anything I should actually to prepare for the what do you call it, the payout, for the payout, or the basically,
Until we get everything up and running, what you can do is start researching places in your area that will do grants or funding if you that you would need, so that you can have that available, so that when we get ready, all you have to do is put the Brainfood Academy in as the school, the registration information when the school, they actually start class, and then you'll be able to go from there. But until we get everything up and running, if you try to get funding now, you'll probably get denied because you don't have a actual school platform where they have their classes set.
okay, so basically just have
A
have
list of
more
people.
enrolled, and then wait for an email from you.
Yep.
And basically, and then after that, and then you
Yep.
can start actually doing your research and everything.
Yep, and you will have, for students, because we are a school, we still have certain criteria we need. So you need to make sure that you do have a copy of their birth certificate and their shot immunizations records. So we still need that on file. That will be in the back office where only the admin will see. It will be
Okay.
protected, so everybody, only the admin will see it, but we will need that on file for legal purposes.
Okay, for as for that, yeah, okay,
Yep. So they need to make sure they have updated shot records.
updated shot records.
Mhm.
Let's see. All righty, thanks.
All right, you're welcome. All right, thank you, guys. That's all we have for tonight. I appreciate y'all coming, and we will be here next week again.